Today I'm riding through the Shoals Park on the Wired Freedom. The wind's blowing about 20 miles an hour on and off, and the temperature is in the 50s, I guess. Feels colder at times, but then the sun hits you and it feels warmer, so not sure where it's at. Anyway, one of the main reasons I'm here today is because I wanted to find out where the road that they're building goes through here. Now, I saw them build it like a year ago, and I didn't know what was going on. But now that I've seen the plans, I now know what it is. It's part of the bicycle path that's going to go from Lake Murray all the way downtown. Within a couple of yards, 100 yards from my house. So I'm really, and an on-ramp close by to my house. So it's going to be really nice when they finish it. But they're probably not going to finish it for quite a few years. But I can't hope that sometime soon they will finish it. Now this is the current path. This is not the new bicycle path. You'll know when you're at the new bicycle path because they have little electrical outlets that they're planning on putting at the lamps whenever they get around to buying them, I guess. So this is just a trail that's already out here. That runs right close to the Frisbee Park. So here, and this area is very nice. I thought at one time that this was going to be the the crossover, but based on where they stopped building, I guess it's not going to be here. It's going to be on this side. So you see the electrical outlet there that they got sealed. This goes all the way down to here, which I have electric outlets here too. So it makes you think maybe they might be doing something here. I can't say that for sure. Right now I believe that it's probably going to turn off here. Although this road here isn't wide enough. So I don't think this is going to be the path it takes since it's not as wide. So it's probably going to be right along that creek. And I'll cross over that water that's right there. At least that's my expectations of where it's going to cross over at. It's really hard to know. I might could tell if they gave me a bigger uh, map. No, I don't have one. Just got that little tiny one. And I can't tell where the crossovers are at. Now I imagine they're going to do the same that they do for everything. Is the speed limit on this is going to be 15, which is close to what I'm riding. I'm actually riding 13. And there's supposed to be a couple more crossover points somewhere along this route. But I can't tell where it might be. Most of the time I'm on this particular trail that there's I run across maybe 5 or 6 people, so it's not a highly popular trail at the moment. But it will be once they get the connection to the other side. When I try to do maps to try to figure out how to get from my house to the other side over there and ride through that neighborhood, there's no way to get over there from here. You have to go all the way to Lake Murray and then turn around at that point. It's crazy. Yeah, it's hard for me to ride this bike and go 10 or 12 miles an hour, just kind of coasting almost up to 15. Yeah, barely paddling does that. Supposed to be a few offlets here taking you to other parts of the area, but I've only seen that one so far, and pretty soon we end up getting onto the regular trails, which are smaller than this, so you can tell when you switch. And of course they don't have the light poles either. Passing on your right. Hello. It's hard to figure out how to pass people who just weave across the both lanes. I prefer people who walk on the American side and not the English side. I checked my tires before I left and got them to a good pressure point, which was 20. That's my favorite. Hello, Dotson. You gonna be calm? Hey. Okay, so somewhere around there, this thing ends. And now we're on a road. And I think maybe I'm supposed to be heading the other direction. I don't really know. People out here. Bus entrance. Yeah, usually I take the little side paths. I don't take the main road, so kind of interesting. Hey. I may have to turn around. This may not go out of the area. I may be trapped inside. I'll turn around and go back. Yeah, this is kind of the area I went fishing once before. Didn't catch any fish, but it was fun to fish. Ah, these people are going canoeing. Oh, they open up the path again. I guess from there. Yeah, a year ago I was here. They were tearing this little part up here. And they're still tearing it up, although they look like they're mostly finished. Yeah, right over there is where I went fishing. That's the first time I've seen a whole group of people going canoeing. It looks like that'd be part of the bicycle path too now. But it's coming from that direction, so I'm a little confused. Now I'm on the road. Apparently the speed limit on the road is 18. If you look off to the side, there's several trails that you can take, which I took many of them before, back when I was younger. Now that I've officially passed into the old man status, many of those trails I don't feel comfortable taking. I guess as I'm riding, I ought to cover a e-bike rule or two. One of the things that we found out is that what classified as a class 1, 2, and 3 just a few years ago, they were all pretty similar. And now they're changing it. California has different rules for class 1 and 2 and 3. Oregon has different rules. New York has different rules. Chicago has different rules. So there's different rules, probably plenty of other places, for what classifies as a class 1, 2, or 3. I'm in South Carolina. We have maintained status quo, so everything that was correct 3 years ago is still correct today. Yeah, with the wind blowing so strong, it gets cold at times with just my old jacket on. Most people I've seen walking. Yeah, it looks like they're going to try to walk on a trail. Yeah, they have several trails here. It looks like another one right up here. No, it's not. It's not. Never mind. Okay, so this is the way out. I think that's the same runner that I passed at the very beginning. Okay, so what I'm hoping I can do here is exit the park and go across the road to an area that has a trail that I was on a couple of years ago that I didn't do too well after I got off the trail. So I want to go try it again this time and see if I can survive after the fact. Of course, I'm on a different bike. Yeah, it's a hilly trail, and one of the things I like doing is staying in one. So as you go up hills and you stay in one, I have to push an awful lot harder to actually go up the hill. So I exercised more than I should have, and I ended up having problems afterwards. So we're not going to do that this time. This time we're going to get into 2 or 3. Okay, we're going to go here and figure out which direction to go. New York City's new 15-mile-per-hour speed limit is a little crazy to me. Basically, as long as you're driving in New York City, you can't exceed 15 miles per hour. In fact, if you're in a bike, it won't go over 15 miles per hour. They're trying to create a new safety standard where people get run over and people get killed. But there's been no evidence showing that this change would actually accomplish those goals. Oh, they started building something. Then you'll have to look at the enforcement disconnect. There's no speedometers. There's no plates. There's no clear agency in charge. So, yeah, I don't know what they're going to be doing in New York City. It's just a mess now. They'll probably improve it as time goes on. Now, what I want to do is go through these side streets some way. I expect probably the National Product Safety Standard Commission will change safety standards in the next several years, covering labeling on the bike, performance limits, especially for kid bikes. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to take in one a little bit further down, but this probably still works. So just that I would enter the pathway at a different spot, maybe at the top of the hill, and have to go to the bottom. This could lead to more visible labeling, and probably while you may have class 1 and class 2 existing, class 3 is probably going to get tossed out with the throttle. You just won't be able to do it. So that will eliminate all of the bikes that can go greater than 28 miles per hour for sure, and pretty much all the bikes that have throttles. You have to be up going under 20. Wow. Going across a lot of houses for sale. Hey. I'm not really sure where I can get on this path at. When they were talking about the New York City discussion, their main things that they were talking about, I don't see anything, while needing to implement this 15 mile per hour limit. It looks like I come to a dead end. Is they want to do age verification to where you're requiring to have an ID to rent a city bike. Mainly because there's a rising rate of youth accidents. This could be expanded to include all e-bikes with mandatory registration licensing, which would mirror what's being done in EU right now. Let's see if I can find it. I'm not sure how long I need to go before I need to start heading back so I don't run out of power. %50 would probably be too much, so maybe 60. Pretty much going all downhill now, just coasting. That dog doesn't seem to care. Well, I'm not a fond of being lost. Okay, so – 22 more days. I can't get my gloves on. Okay, we'll go down to the next road and turn right. We'll get to see all sorts of interesting new places, though. It's a problem with being lost, or the advantage of being lost. Not a whole lot of people doing Halloween stuff. The way we see, or the way I see New York's going, the New York State, is that they will prohibit any bike being able to go over 20. In parts of Chicago area, they have already done that. We may have to look for this trail another day. So we should probably maybe get some judicial challenges and stuff in order to see if that's legal for them to do that to all of us e-bikers. But expect that to be happening. The new tariffs that increasing the Chinese import battery duties from 7.5% to 25% could raise both bike and battery prices. The higher costs may push policymakers to expand rebates or incentives to keep it somewhat affordable. As e-bikes get smarter with GPS, diagnosis, anti-theft, ride tracking, city states could tap into anonymized data to manage bike flow, enforcing zoning or limit speeds to sensitive zones, and to be able to track you to where you know when they'll know this is not a current thing. It's just that with technology, this becomes a possibility. And when there's a possibility, somebody's going to propose it and get it out there. They got a lot of things in their yard. Let's go down this way. This trail goes through all over the place and I can't find it. How embarrassing. Yeah, how can you miss a trail that goes everywhere? So while the current law sets our starting line, the finish line is still being drawn. In 5 years, you might need proper labeling, registration, or speed limit tech built into your bike. Have you seen laws starting to shift in your state, in your area? Drop a comment and I'll update future videos as these things evolve. And that dog looks excited about a bike. Yeah, that might be the trail right there. Means maybe it'll cross over up here. South Carolina has maintained, but I've seen so many states, at least I think I'm up to 5 that I know of, that has changed their e-bike laws. There's probably more. I don't spend all my time trying to find these things out. I know here currently I can still ride on the sidewalk, or I can ride in the streets, or I can ride on e-bike paths. Just have to keep a speed limit, but I can still do it. So other places, riding the sidewalk has been banned. Riding on dual pathways have been banned, and you're stuck with riding in the street. Oh, they don't want me to go that way. Why is that? Yeah, we found the trail. Well, look at all the people on it. See, I should be able to turn right in here. Well, I found it at some point. I think this is right after I rode to the very top and had to change out the batteries. So there should be a loop down here heading back the other direction. Yeah, I remember this. There's a loop and turning back the other direction. It's a very bumpy trail. It's probably a lot easier heading down the hill. Last time I was heading up. Yeah, it's had water on it. This time it doesn't have water, so that's good. I think this is where I got on it at. Okay, this is nursery, so this is how I get back to where I started. That bus was going a lot faster than I thought that it would have been going, but it's going downhill, so. Now, I believe the first time I was going 30 was down this hill. I think I had gotten up to 32 down this hill and was realizing that was a bad idea. Oh yeah, I remember going by the school before. Trying to slow down to make sure I went slow enough to go by the school. I'm at 25, I wonder if that's the speed limit. It is the speed limit, all right. Okay, I think we'll probably pretty much call this it. I've been going for quite a long time now. So let's end this. I got on the trail for a little bit, but not the trail that ended up hurting me because I was going downhill instead of uphill. We'll have to try it again someday. Maybe when I look on a map, find out the right way to go. But in the meantime, like and subscribe. If you like my content, my next content is going to be a review of this wired bike after 500 miles. I'm at 508 miles right now, so